One of the things, Pickle, that I find really interesting in diving into these numbers is seeing which teams like to stay close to home. It used to be, back in the old day, Pickle, back in the old days, people would just recruit the players that were nearest to them, right? There wasn't this national recruiting kind of world. Now, everyone's recruiting nationally. Everyone's got access to everyone. It used to be that, you know, you could keep a secret. I'm a big believer that, like, there's no such, like, sleepers are not really things anymore, because, like, everyone has Huddle.
Oh yeah,
everyone's got tape out there. Everyone's got social media.
We're sharing information.
It's a national recruiting space. So what I wanted to do was look at both ends of the spectrum. Which programs stay close to home and which programs like to go out shopping. And I'm focusing only on high school recruits here, not focusing on junior college signees. Only high school signees. Take a look at the 2024 signing class and which teams across the nation stayed closest to home. Let's go to the big board. You can see up here. And at the top, this is a segment that's going to make our friend Joey McGuire very happy. Texas Tech. Texas Tech, with 100% of their signing class signed from the state of Texas. 100%, 20 out of 20. The most local shopping team in America.
Who is shocked?
Now, a couple of things. We'll get more into this. Obviously, this is reflective of not just their strategy, but also the breadth of their so-called supermarket. Right? It is going to be very hard for UMass to recruit entirely within the state of Massachusetts. But for Texas, they have sealed the border. Texas Tech, they have sealed the border. They have 100%. Same with FIU, Florida International, 100%.
Makes sense.
As well as Sam Houston.
How about that?
The Bearcats, with 100%, the only 3 FBS programs in America to recruit entirely within their borders. Texas Tech, Sam Houston, and FIU. Not far behind, North Texas. Eric Morris, doing work in Denton to seal the borders and make sure they are recruiting local. 26 of their 28 signees are from the state of Texas.
Which, a side comment here, both Casey Keeler at Sam Houston and Eric Morris from North Texas are not originally from the state. So you want to talk about, like, drinking the Kool-Aid and buying in, that's it.
Speaking of Texas, G.J. Kinney at Texas State shopping local as well. 11 of their 12, the Texas State's signees, are from the state of Texas. San Jose State, up there as well, 90.9%. California, again, another very talent-rich area of America. But this bottom one kind of surprises me. Rice. Mike Bloomgren and company, sealing the borders, 9 of their 10 high school signees in the class of 2024 from within the state of Texas. The reason that surprises me is I know we've talked a lot about the recruiting world for Rice and how it's a little bit different for them because of the academic standards. But for them to both meet the academic standards and also be committed to recruiting within the state of Texas, I think it's kind of remarkable. So there you go. Those are the teams that shopped the most local within their respective state. That's one end of the spectrum. Now I want to take a look at the other end of the spectrum and the teams that did all their shopping or almost all their shopping outside of their home state. And again, part of this, it's kind of 6 of 1 half, part and parcel with how many recruits come from your state. There are a couple teams, though, that I don't think there's really any excuse. There were, if we go back to the other one, there were a grand total of 6 programs that recruited all of their high school signees from outside their home state. Kansas signed 17 high school players, none from the state of Kansas. Western Kentucky, 13 did not sign any from the state of Texas, from the state of Kentucky. Liberty, the Flames, we just got done talking about Jamie Chadwell. They're recruiting nationally. Out of their 10, none of them came from their home state. Colorado, 0 of their 8 came from the state of Colorado. Now, there's an extenuating circumstance named Neon Dion there that he wants to be a national recruiting power. That's certainly, grain of salt there. New Mexico State, No signees from the state of New Mexico. And then Louisiana Tech. Louisiana Tech is doing the Jake Spavital thing. They only signed one high school player. It was not from the state of
Which
Louisiana.
a little bit surprising considering Sonny Cumbie was at Texas Tech prior to that. Now, that being said, it was under Matt Wells and not under Joey McGuire. So a little bit difference there, but a little bit surprising to me on that one. Only with one recruit. I guess that's not that hard, but still.
Yeah. And then finally, to lump in a national power, Clemson. Only one of their 22 high school signees are from the state of South Carolina. Dabo Swinney, obviously a national power. But I find that to be really interesting. Now, some of these I think you can understand, right? New Mexico State. New Mexico does not put out a ton of high-end FBS caliber prospects. It's just, that's not an insult, it's just the facts, right? Not a surprise that they would go shopping elsewhere. Colorado that's a purposeful thing, in my opinion. I think there are players within the state of Colorado that they could recruit, but obviously they want to go about things in a certain way. But for Kansas, quite frankly, to go 0 for 17 out of Kansas is a little bit surprising to me. And then for Clemson, they have only one of their 22 from South Carolina. It's an interesting look at which teams like to seal the borders and which don't. You know, I'm not saying there's a right or wrong answer, but it is particularly interesting to see the direction and the strategy that different college football programs employ to bring in their talent. But there were, state of Texas doing well with what was it, 5 teams?
Yeah,
5 of those 7 teams from within the state of Texas, with 90+% of their high school signings come from within the Lone Star State. Coaches want to seal the borders. That is for darn sure. And that is Math Tuesday.
Math Tuesday.